Local news, Rock Valley College lifts its lockdown following a hazardous materials situation Saturday on campus. No injuries have been reported. RVC Operations Vice President Rick Jenks says the school put the lockdown in place around noon when a concerned citizen brought an unknown substance into a building on campus, not knowing what it was nor what to do with it. Jenks says RVC followed emergency protocols, including the use of hazmat and the Rockford Police Bomb Squad. Officials say the all clear has been given and the substance has been removed safely.
The biggest takeaway is we call in the experts. We have experts in Rockford Fire and we have experts in the Rockford City Police Department. And whenever you have a situation where you're unsure, those are the people that need to come and check out the situation.